When an 80-pound tree limb shatters your roofline during a storm, the first few minutes are chaotic, loud, and disorienting. Your adrenaline spikes. You want to grab a ladder, climb up, and check the damage. Resist that urge. Climbing onto a damaged roof during a storm is an incredibly dangerous mistake. High winds and tree impacts create physical hazards you cannot see from the ground. The wood decking beneath the shingles might be split in half. A heavy branch can shift without warning. You also risk encountering loose, live electrical service lines hidden under wet debris. Instead of risking a fall or shock, you need a methodical plan. We call it the chaos protocol. It happens in 3 strict phases. Protect people first, lock down your evidence second, and mitigate interior spread third. You don't need a tarp, hammer, or ladder for this phase. Leave them in the garage. The only tools you need are a smartphone, a few plastic buckets, and the discipline to stay on the ground. Focus entirely on controlling your environment during these first 15 minutes. Preventing a hidden structural failure from becoming a life safety tragedy is the only priority before repairs can even be considered. Step 1 is securing the people inside the house. If a tree has struck the structure, or if wind has torn open a large section of the roof, evacuate any room directly beneath the impact zone immediately. Treat the ceiling above you as an active collapse threat. Look for the quiet indicators of structural compression. Drywall might begin to sag. Fresh cracks can spiderweb across the ceiling. If a room's interior doors suddenly stick in their frames, the framing above has already shifted. This wireframe diagram illustrates the danger. A fallen tree transfers stress through the entire skeletal frame of the house, forcing weight onto exterior load-bearing walls that were never designed to hold a static load. Until a qualified structural professional arrives to evaluate the framing, you must treat the house as a live, unstable environment. Keeping your family away from the impact zones is the only way to ensure absolute safety. Once everyone is safe, it is time for the evidence lockdown. Moving debris or throwing away torn shingles destroys your insurance claim narrative. Leave every piece of the storm exactly where it fell. This split screen shows how to document the damage safely. Stay completely on the driveway, sidewalk, or street. Use your smartphone's optical zoom to capture the roof details. You can get clear evidence without ever leaving the ground. Use a wide to tight photo sequence. Start by taking wide property shots showing the whole house. Next, take medium distance shots of the specific damaged roof slope. Finally, zoom in for close-ups on broken tiles or exposed wood. Make sure to photograph the scatter pattern of the debris. Take pictures of broken branches, shattered tiles, and torn metal flashing exactly where they landed in your yard. The placement of that debris proves the direction and severity of the impact. Now move inside to document the interior damage. Photograph any ceiling stains, wet insulation you can see, dripping light fixtures, and water pooling on the floors. Finish the lockdown by recording a continuous video on your phone. Walk through the safe areas of the home while speaking out loud. State the exact date, the time, and describe the specific weather conditions that caused the event. By following this sequence, you capture the unedited reality of the event. You transform a chaotic disaster site into an organized, undeniable proof of loss that your insurance adjuster can easily follow. This diagram shows how to establish your interior defense lines. The red danger zone is directly beneath the active leak. The green perimeter areas are your safe zones. Clear the danger zone immediately. Move electronics, rugs, documents, and valuable furniture completely out of the water intrusion path. Next, deploy your supplies. Place buckets or heavy plastic containers under active drips. Use towels to wipe up standing water on hard surfaces, and lay down plastic sheeting to protect the floors. Do not poke or cut a bulging ceiling. Saturated drywall is incredibly heavy and can fail suddenly. If water is entering near electrical fixtures or outlets, stay away from them completely and leave the ceiling fans off. Interior mitigation minimizes secondary financial destruction to your floors and furniture while you wait for professional intervention. The next phase is stabilizing the exterior. Roofing professionals call this the dry-in sequence. It involves installing an emergency weather barrier to protect your exposed decking and framing from incoming rain. This cross-section illustrates a properly installed emergency tarp. It extends well beyond the damaged area and is secured tightly over the underlayment. Nailing random boards into your roof drives fasteners into healthy shingles. A poorly secured DIY tarp allows wind to lift edges. Rainwater runs laterally underneath, traveling down rafters, creating entirely new leak points. If your emergency involves a fallen tree, the complexity multiplies. When a heavy branch shifts, it can tear away perfectly good fascia, shingles, and vents, triggering a much larger structural failure. This is why professional tree removal and roof stabilization must be carefully coordinated. If the tree is removed before the roof is protected, your home is left completely open to the storm. If roofing work starts too early, technicians end up working under a highly unstable load. Coordinating a professional dry-in with controlled load removal provides immediate stability. It halts the chain reaction of storm damage and physically secures your home against the elements. If you followed these steps, you've secured your family's safety, stopped the secondary water damage from ruining your interior, and built an airtight, documented file for your insurance claim. But an emergency tarp is strictly a temporary bandage. It is designed to weather the immediate storm, but it will quickly degrade under direct sunlight, wind, and long-term exposure. This cutaway reveals why a fast assessment is critical. A tiny visible puncture on the roof surface often hides the real damage, a massive area of saturated insulation and wet decking rotting in the dark attic below. Transition immediately from emergency stabilization to a permanent structural evaluation. A professional inspection will check the hidden underlayment, the framing, and the attic space before trapped moisture leads to dangerous mold growth or structural rot. Engaging a rapid response team like Roof Repair Santa Clarita ensures that the unseen damage from the storm is exposed, documented, and permanently resolved.